It remains one of aviation's greatest mysteries, the disappearance of pioneering pilot Amelia Earhart during her attempt to fly around the world in 1937. Now, almost 90 years later, there's another mystery surrounding her. For nearly 2 decades, a bronze statue of Earhart stood in a park in Harbour Grace, Newfoundland, a tribute to her achievement in becoming the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic in 1932. But in April, the statue disappeared. Following a tip, it was recovered earlier this month in Woodland, but cut up in pieces. As police searched for the thieves, Sculptor Morgan MacDonald is working on restoring the statue. He believes he'll have it back to its former glory sometime this fall. And we're now joined by Sculptor Morgan MacDonald. He's also the owner of Newfoundland Bronze Foundry, and he joins us today from the town of Logie Bay in Newfoundland. So tell us the significance of this statue for the community of Harbour Grace.
Well, Amelia is the heart and soul of Harbour Grace. She was, she left there, from an airfield, Harbour Grace Airfield. It's a historic airfield. It was 1932 when she left. So it's a small community in Newfoundland, beautiful, picturesque community. But this statue has pretty much been there for many years, and it's just like the heart of the town has been ripped out. But fortunately, we've got her back here now.
And so, what does it mean for you as a sculptor to be tasked with restoring this statue now?
It's an honor and a privilege to be asked to do these kinds of works. It's a testament to the town, their trust that they're, placing with me to take such an important piece and restore this to, what it's always looked like there in the town. It's really important part of the town's history. So the fact that they're asking me to do this, I think it's a wonderful privilege that they know that I can take care of this.
We're looking at a slideshow of some of the still pictures, but describe to us the damage.
So it's quite shocking to see what was attempted with this. I think we were quite lucky that it was not further damaged. So to me, there's some tool marks that are on this that indicated that they were trying to parse this up into smaller and smaller pieces and melt it down for the scrap value. So, it looks pretty horrible there now in, these multiple pieces. You'll see the legs and, the upper torso, and of course the head has been taken off. But fortunately, from closer examination, I can't see any of the, the finer casting details that have been lost through the power tools that they use to break this up. So I think we're in good shape to have this back together and looking the best that it can be.
So I was wondering about the motive here. So your view is based on the damage that you've seen, that this was about taking the statue and turning it into scrap metal to sell.
Yeah, it's if you look at the back of this, if you can see the photos of this, they attempted to take more pieces off of this. So she has on her, I think it's her left hand, she's holding an aviator cap. I know the sculptor took great care to make a historic version of this. And I mean, there's years of research that go into making these things accurate and perfect. And so what I see there is tool marks. They were trying to chop that off into smaller and smaller pieces. And I really do think that they were trying to make this unrecognizable and possibly pass this off as just, some other, nondescript piece of scrap metal.
We have just a minute left, but tell me about the challenge you face now.
So now, basically, I have to make this thing whole. It, we'll be in the foundry here, welding, retexturing. So it's a very fine craft. It's a trade. Through the welding, you have to be very particular to preserve a lot of the casting details. So when you're working in the foundry, you're melting the metal. It's really a piece of fine art. I liken this to, if somebody had destroyed, a heritage work of art, whether it was a Picasso or a Rembrandt or something, and somebody had attempting to destroy this and break this into multiple pieces. So, that being said, we're going to create an armature on the inside of this. And basically what an armature is a skeleton that goes on the inside of the statue and makes it very difficult for this kind of thing to happen again. And it's just a reinforcement on the structure to anchor this to the base where this is going back. And it's going to be very difficult to do this again.
Well, it sounds like they had the right guy for the job, and I'm sure you're going to do this anyway, but I can't wait to see the pictures of the restoration in progress and the final result of all that. Morgan, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Morgan MacDonald, a sculptor and owner of Newfoundland Bronze Foundry, and he joined us from the town of Logie Bay in Newfoundland.